Actions tag.
Tag is a way to create a label.
Yes.
If we want to use this one and don't want to remember that ID, then we can just check it out and do a label on it.
This is the last thing we do before the break. We'll have a break in a minute or two. Okay?
Oh.
Yes.
We're overdue.
Let's check it out first of all. We have the first poem with bacon. That's the commit, right? Yes?
Yeah. And I believe the correct label is bacon.
Okay. Okay, let's show the tags. There's a tag called bacon. So if we check out the master, we can first see what it looks like. I like poems and the bacon, right. Switching to master, we're watching the Git tutorial. Switching to bacon. That's just brilliant. Check out bacon. And that's it.
Yeah, and why you should use labels is stuff like when you release a version, you want to tag the version. Like you're going to release a new version every
week in the course, yes.
When is the break?
Sorry,
in a minute.
Soon?
We're not done. In a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Every time you want to release something or do a hand-in this course, you will make a tag for it.
Yeah.
And now we'll have the break. Yeah. Yes. Thanks.
And that was probably you can remove tag with -d as well.
Yes. We didn't go through it with the branch command, but that works for the branches as well. We have a branch right now which is kind of hanging in dead space, not really useful, which was the alternative branch. And we can remove that as well. So let's use the D flags.
And this is mostly for cleaning up.
Yes. Actually, I'm right now not currently on any branch. I guess this will work anyway, but I want to show you, before we go ahead, what happens if I try to check out something with a dirty workspace. The workspace is dirty because I have a modified file. So I try to check out master. Your local changes to the following files would be overwritten by checkout. Please commit your changes or stash them before you can switch branches. Aborting. So Git will actually tell you when it is going to wipe the workspace. If you have changes that are uncommitted, it will let you do that, commit them before you actually perform the checkout. I actually don't care about the changes, so I do the reset.
Now we have 3 different things to do.
Yes.
The first one is commit the change, git commit, so then do the commit as usual. The second one is git reset hard, to just revert back to the commit and the workspace as it is.
And the third one?
The third one is stashing. We're not going to do that in this.
No. This change was not really helpful at all, so I just reset. That's it. Git status. Working directory clean. Okay. Git checkout master. Now I want to know what branches I have. And I want to remove the alternative readme. First of all, I want to show you something. If I do git branch D with a name, I will remove the branch given that the branch does not have any commits that it is alone of having. I mean, see this example. We have the master branch and we have the alternative branch. these two commits are not referenced by any other branch but the alternative branch. If I try to remove them with dash small d, or like that, it will give me an error. If I have, as we have right now, merged these two, sorry. By having that commit with those commits as parents, we're actually referencing those commits in the master branch. And thereby, we can safely remove this branch without losing any development history. And yeah, we can do like that. Yes. Let's say
let's say we don't have that one, but you can still remove this, but you need force remove it.
Yes.
Then we have two commits here hanging. This is very important thing because this group brush isn't removed. Still, if you write remove or reset or something like that, they aren't still removed. They are still in the Git repository, but they have no name. You have no way to know the unique IDs and stuff like that, but they are still there if you haven't labeled them or something like that. This is very important because if you sometimes, example, commit your password, this is very stupid because in GitHub you can never remove anything. You're going to be kept there. If you, this exists a lot of people doing Git, and you can't remove anything there.
Yes.
This is because all later changes we build up on the next one.
Yes. Actually, there is one way to get rid of it, and that's to hack and slash in the .git directory, but then you will destroy the whole repository itself and make anything unusable. So that's not really recommended anyway. So please think twice before committing anything at all. I mean, passwords or keys or specific hashes for maps or anything. Do you really want to publish this on, for example, GitHub? If the answer is no, don't commit it. Yeah, let's see where we left off. I just want to rearrange my workspace here. Yes, we've been looking at the Git log before. We've seen it a bunch of times. There's actually a different command which is very helpful when you want to look at the differences, which is the git diff. I want to show this. It actually works in two ways, either between the workspace and any commit, or between two commits. So for example, if I'm standing on a commit with a clean workspace, I can reference another commit and see the changes introduced between those commits. Let's see that. And git. Okay, I'm at master, and let's see.
I want to know the difference between head and bacon.
Okay, git diff bacon. Now I'm using the label once again to describe a commit. And here we see it. The difference is that I removed the I like poems row, and I added the we're watching the Git tutorial row. It's very straightforward when we look at two commits that are related in a way through the timeline or heritage. But you may actually, like in that example, do a diff between two different commits that are independent. And in that case, the plus and minus or the green and red in this case, doesn't really make sense. You have to kind of imagine what happens with the plus and which one is the minus and what not. But you can still see the changes or the differences between the files. I personally use it to see what happened on the server before I incorporate those changes into my repository. If I want to make an additional commit that goes towards matching the server version for any reason, I may do so before I pull those changes in.
Or so another example is, did this work before? What I have changed to destroy it, and then you just do it. I know it work on bacon, then I just do a git diff. Yeah, that's I changed this variable name to something else. It was probably because of that.
Yes.
Something.
We're moving on. We've seen this already. Conflicts. We got a little ahead of ourselves, and well, yeah, you've seen it. Conflicts do happen, and just deal with it. You will all experience a conflict, and if you won't experience it within the project, we will make sure that you try it out on the exercises after this presentation. Conflicts are most often introduced when two collaborators are working on the same file, on the same branch, well, on the same project. And when you pull the changes that your friend did from the server, you will induce a merge and thereby have the merge conflict in a way. It is possible to create conflicts for everyone else in a very evil way, which is if there are commits on the server which you reset, which means you back up in time, and you do another commit and you try to force push it, then your friends will have a commit that they think is the latest, which is just dangling in nowhere, in dead space, while the latest commit actually is independent from that commit and most often introduce changes in the same rows, which means you may introduce commit conflicts for every one of your collaborators. And that's evil and mean. Please do not do that.